Hello everybody, this is your boy Cherry here, and these are 5 things I want to see in Splatoon 3. With Splatoon 3 being announced and E3 being a month away, I figured it would be a good time to sit down and think of what things I would like to see either added or changed in the next game. While I'm always going to be excited for more Splatoon content, I feel that there are some things about Splatoon 1 and 2 that need some upgrades in order to feel like a worthwhile sequel. Starting at number 1, the ability to pick what game modes you want to play. In shooters like Halo, you can queue up with your friends and play specific game modes like Slayer, Capture the Flag, or other modes. Currently in Splatoon, if you want to play a certain game mode, you have to first figure out what game mode it is that you want to play, sign into the game, then go on the mobile app, which is just not the most fun to navigate, and then see what time it is that the game mode you'd like to play is being played at. In Splatoon 3, I would like it if players were allowed to pick all game modes at the same time. This would mean you'd be able to queue up for Clam Blitz, Rainmaker, Zone Control, and Tower Control all at the same time. This would also mean that players could then get a variety of game modes, and if they start to get bored with one, just uncheck it. That would allow them to then focus more on the other game modes that they haven't gotten to play as much in the random selection. This would also mean that players would probably want to play longer, considering that they wouldn't have to wait as long for another game mode to be in its time slot, like it currently is. That means that if I'd like to just play Clam Blitz, just play Tower Control, just play Rainmaker, or play Zone Control, I can do so. But at the same time, if I want some variety, I can just turn them all on. It's a win-win for me. Number 2, map voting or at least random rotation. With random rotation, you don't have to worry about separating games into time slots. And this really makes it easier for players to get a feel of every single map without having to be on the game at a certain time of day. When I play Splatoon, I often am stuck playing the game for about one time slot of games. So that means whatever game mode and whatever maps are live during the specific time of day that I'm playing, I pretty much only play those 2 maps. I would like map voting or random rotation because map voting also makes it so that if you see a map that you are familiar with that you've already played a bunch of times, you could then vote with your friends to play on the other map that's shown. The games like Call of Duty Black Ops, for instance, map voting is used so that the entire lobby is able to pick between 2 randomized maps that are shown on screen. Whichever one gets the most votes is the one that they'll currently play on. Then the next game, they'll have 2 different, or at least 1 different map that the lobby can then vote on what they want to play on next. This also would be pretty useful in Splatoon considering that when you are waiting for queue, often the one thing that you can do is just switch your weapons. And while you're waiting for players, it would be some sort of interactive thing that you could do with them to kind of get a feel for the lobby, as well as their own tastes and preferences. Number 3, a better ranked mode. Currently, the rank system is a bit dated in Splatoon. Every time you log on, when you want to play league battles, you have to qualify with 7 matches that you play. When you play the 7 matches, it averages out your win and loss ratio, and then starts pairing you up against teams that have a similar ranking in league points. This isn't something that's done once and then maybe once a season. It's done every single time you play a league battle when you log in. That means that a lot of times when you're playing, if you have a very bad average or a very good average, you could be playing players that are extremely better than you or extremely worse than you. This idea for ranked league battles in Splatoon is pretty good. It's just not complete to its fullest and could definitely use some ironing out. The way you'd want to iron it out is kind of put it into a similar category with other shooters, such as competitive ones like Valorant that have leagues and ranked modes. These ranked modes in Valorant have a specific amount of qualification matches similar to in Splatoon. However, you don't have to do them every time you log on, you do them once per season. Once you finish your qualification matches in Valorant, you are then categorized into a specific rank, which are categorized into different things like iron, bronze, gold, silver, etc. And these ranks are held until the end of a season, which can last either a month or longer. Splatoon should carry on this and add it to their own gameplay in the sense of you being allowed to compete multiple times for your qualification matches and then hold your rank for the month so that you can grind to the next level, or if you don't play as well as you'd have liked, you will be demoted to the lower ones. Number 4. Better unranked game modes. Turf Wars is fun, but I think it would be great to be able to play all game modes, ranked or not, as an unranked game mode. It's really hard going in as a new player who wants to play and be good at the ranked and league battle topics, but be not experienced enough to go toe-to-toe with players who've been playing for years since the game's launch. And there's not really a way to practice besides going straight into a ranked mode. For some players, this can lead to ranked anxiety, where you're playing to not lose, and not to have fun, and not to just learn and get better. With Turf Wars being the only regular mode with no ranking, players really don't get a sense of what they're supposed to be doing besides covering paint on the ground. And while that's fun, it doesn't really help players learn about the other game modes. Some players may go their whole time with the game never even playing a ranked mode because they're too worried and scared to go toe-to-toe against better players. By allowing players who don't want to play the ranked versions, or just casual players of the game in general, play these modes, you might be able to draw some more players into a competitive scene where they aren't really interested in getting ranked, but they do really enjoy being good at these modes and helping out their team for a win. It also helps players who do want to be competitive learn how to play the games in a non-competitive environment, which I think can really help people get better. Number 5. Weapon Cosmetics. Splatoon 2 has a lot to offer. There are so many weapon types, there are so many abilities, and so many really funny specials that are just so crazy. However, once you get past level 30, there's not really a reason to play the game, besides to get gold for the guns that you haven't unlocked yet. However, I feel that after level 30, it would be really nice if they added weapon cosmetics to the game. This could be anything from different colored weapons, to skins, to any sort of extra things that you could maybe customize about the gun, even if it doesn't add anything competitively or any sort of advantage. I think it would be nice because if you have a bunch of skins past level 30, it would then incentivize players who have been playing the game for a long time to get a different coat of paint, so to speak. If you have them prior to level 30, then it probably would become old and stale by the time you get to level 30, as well as make it so that once you get there, players probably have a ton of skins that they're already used to or enjoy. And by keeping them as a post-max level reward, then it incentivizes players who know about the level 30 cosmetics to get to level 30 and play the game more to obtain all of them. So, those are my 5 most requested things for Splatoon 3. What do you guys have? I'm curious to see what you guys have, and make sure to leave those in the comments. I will be reading them and replying to any ideas that you come up with. If you like this video, make sure to like, and let me know in the comments as well if you liked this type of video. I'll be doing more Splatoon content in the future and really enjoy doing it. Thanks for watching the video, everyone.